Today's guest is the one and only Vancouver divorce and family law attorney, Ari Wormeli. You're going to love this episode. We do a deep dive and chop up some great issues in family law. Now remember, this is just two lawyers having a conversation. It's not what? It's not legal advice. We're not your lawyers. We're just giving you some information to think about. I want to ask you a question that crossed my mind, a hypothetical. A guy moves out of his marital home in British Columbia, and he cohabitates with another woman for 3 years. He doesn't get divorced from the first one. He just left the marital home. Now he's living with his girlfriend of 3 years in a married-like state. There's no question about it. They're living in a married-like state.
Yeah.
If he dies, first of all, who's his wife? And two, if he doesn't die, is he now faced with two possible family court actions against him? The original wife, who he married in a ceremony, and then the one he lived in a married-like state for more than 2 years.
Actually, there is a Court of Appeal case on just that issue. In this case, he was married to one individual and had children with her, and he had a very long-term, I want to say it was somewhere in the vicinity of 20-year relationship with somebody else that was common law. They were not residing together for most of that because the common law partner had some mental health issues and became a hoarder, and they had some difficulties in that area. But the Court of Appeal did indeed find that there was a common law relationship there. And I think the result is that there were essentially two estate claims in that action. If you're the family law one is, going to be, if there's a clear separation, the tricky part is, well, okay, so I'm going to say wife one in this instance, we have to deal with her claim first, because his claim, the other person's claim, and I guess it could be a woman too, depending upon everybody's orientations, but the central person's partner, I'm going to say, the central person's share in those assets and what the common law partner can share in can only be determined after you've carved out spouse number one's portion, assuming that they've separated.
Got it.
And so you'd have to do that. And yes, they would have two claims. And yeah, it would be a pain in the butt. And I don't envy that person's legal bills.
No, I agree. A lot of this stuff can be avoided with using a little bit of common sense, which is one of the issues that I like to talk about with my audience and my guests, guys, girls, whoever. Know what your rights and responsibilities are before you make any sort of commitment or cohabitate, and know how you can best protect yourself, because you don't want to end up in court with a lengthy, protracted legal battle. It's just not the place to spend your resources. I know that sounds counterintuitive coming from a divorce lawyer, but that's a good segue into the next thing I want to talk about. And that's when you find yourself in need of a divorce lawyer, the aggressive lawyer versus the assertive lawyer. Wow, huh? What a discussion. Ari dropped some nuggets, and I was happy to have him on.